Welcome to the Three Beards podcast. My name's Craig, Chris, and Austin. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How you fellas doing tonight?
Oh,
Good.
not too bad. Crazy football games. Holy cow.
It is.
Seattle. I mean,
Losing it
I'm
right now.
repping, got the hats. But right now, it's not looking too pretty. Last I saw, it was 21-3 in the third quarter.
So you can't watch it. You're like, no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can watch it, via, cell phone, update. But yeah, this might be the end of the run for this year.
They're going to sit down, going home.
I thought that about the last game. It was against the Chiefs. Texans. Man, I saw that thing. I was like, dude, 21-0 at the first quarter. The Chiefs are done.
Done.
And then, good Lord, Patrick Mahomes went off. 5 TV passes.
Me and Austin
Hey.
Ben went home, so we really I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Real
Yeah.
quick, we're trying to get Jordan on. He's having issues. He keeps giving an error message. Is there another way we can get him on? Like through a phone or something? It's on Facebook. It says application you're trying to use is either no longer available or access is restricted.
Send him a link. I mean,
I don't know what's going on. With that.
Yeah, I mean, we could
He's
try
probably
again.
got an Apple phone. It's just
be live. Please
What happens?
fix your software.
Yeah.
Please fix your software. Be live.
But yeah, we could try. I mean,
how
if
about
anything,
Tampa Bay?
But no, it's
We'll figure it
so
out. We'll keep talking though.
yeah. So
How
those
about
games are
San
crazy.
Francisco?
Patriots going down in flames.
Down goes Patriots.
That was big. It's man.
Like Chris's baby mama.
I did not see that Baltimore game going that way against the Titans.
I didn't see the Patriots losing the first game, let alone the
God.
Ravens lose that game.
Oh man, I'm like, all right, Titans. You had a good run. You lucked out. You beat the Patriots. Now you're facing someone.
I thought that
Oh,
was
man.
it. I thought it was game over. I really did.
I think I'm getting the vehicle wrong, but somebody pointed. They said Lamar Jackson during the regular season it was a purple Lamborghini, and then Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and it was like a purple Pinto type, vehicle, just some beat up thing that was painted purple. It was just, what happened? I mean, that's just God. I had in the beginning. I was just like, yeah, this is it's going to be Chiefs Ravens in the title game.
Oh yeah.
Nope,
Well,
wrong.
I also
Wrong.
thought it'd be, the Saints would have made it past the first round, but that didn't happen either. So I also thought Ohio State was going all the way.
Me too.
It wasn't my year for sports, obviously. So
Not at all.
And that whole. So right now, I mean, like I said, that's 49ers. I don't know about the Seahawks going. If they're going to make it. I'm hoping.
they're not going to make it. Packers, like I told you, man, Packers was good this year.
Hello, Alex. Yeah, they do. They do. At least right there. I mean, I don't know. So right now, I mean, it could be Chiefs 49ers.
Chiefs 49ers. That's my take. Chiefs 49ers.
After that
You
performance,
don't think the Titans can pull it off again?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
I didn't think they were going to pull that off against Ravens, and they just took it to them.
Well, maybe they're a miracle team. I don't know. Who knows? Did they pull it out?
They found out how to stop the Ravens, and they realized that without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens ain't nothing. So I don't know. Let me just keep doing this crap here.
Jeremy's going 49ers. I mean, I want to disagree with you, sir, wholeheartedly. I don't know if I can. But yeah, we got the big game coming up tomorrow.
God, it's so bad.
Yeah. There's this. I'm not sure if we're going to have a chance to. I mean, probably not. But I was hoping to, talk.
It's a weird year, man. It's been a weird. I mean, obviously tomorrow is the big game. One of the big games. Obviously Super Bowl is the big game, but the championship's tomorrow, man. I didn't think Clemson was all that, but apparently they are. So maybe they can pull out an upset. I say an upset because I feel like LSU is the better team, but apparently across the board and even in Vegas, Clemson has the over/under, has the the advantage, which makes no sense at all. But
Fiocos are going to show you up, man.
I think
Power
Clemson's
to
gonna
the
drag. I think Clemson's gonna drag LSU.
I don't think so.
LSU.
No, it's not going to be a drag. It's going to be a good game. I don't know. I didn't expect Clemson to do.
I'll say it again. 7 touchdowns in the first half.
Whoop-de-doo. That's against a sorry defense.
You guys are making this sound like they're playing South Florida. Like they were playing Oklahoma, and they put up 7 touchdowns in the first half.
Well,
I mean, you can coast at that point.
Your point?
My point is, I go, if Oklahoma can't even hang against them, if we come out the gate and LSU just starts ramming it down their throat and they're up
But
like
when
that,
did you become an LSU fan, Craig? Are you on a bandwagon here? You said
I'm a Fiocco fan.
If we.
Who?
Brendan Fiocco.
So
Dad
now,
was
if we.
Warrior.
If
Right behind
we,
you, you got a Hawaii flag. The Warrior.
You got to pull it down, man. It's hard to tell what it is sometimes.
So you said if we. Like, I mean, like, you've been rooting for them all year. Like.
Is that better? Awesome.
Much better. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, we need to see what it is. I can't share it to our Hawaii groups because they're gonna be like, "What is that?"
I mean, I could bring the helmet over here and show, but yeah, it's.
You need to put the helmet on and then just talk with the helmet on the entire time.
I don't. Well, unfortunately, the helmet has the protective safety bar, so you can't do that.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, they don't want people actually buying these replicas and then using them as real helmets because then it kind of get hurt.
Kind of half
Oh my God, that I've never. Geez,
I've never seen no cheap shit like that. They got to teach these these millennials that you can't buy shit and use it as a football helmet. But you can take it out. You could cut it out.
Oh no, it's screwed right in there. I mean, you could easily remove this piece. I mean, this is the authentic helmet. It's just not game worn.
Okay.
So it has all the padding in it. You can wear it, but so if Hawaii's over here and they're running low on helmets, they could call me up and I could run one over to them real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get. If you're tuning in to listen to our interview, we're still trying to get Jordan Davis on. He's having technical difficulties, so he feels sorry for it. He really does. We'll try to work on it and bring him on another time. It's something with Facebook and our app. I don't know what's going on with it, man.
No, we'll get it figured out. I mean,
he feels really sorry. He wants to come on. He really does, but it's something with Facebook and be live. So God knows at this point, man.
Well, we got next Sunday too, so we can get him on.
Yeah, for sure.
So another Hawaii-related thing. God, there's rumors of Popovich possibly going to Washington State.
It's slowly come my feed, but I like how an SSC fan is going for an SEC team. LSU, you see that?
Yep.
Jeremy, Mr. Alabama.
Go ahead, Jeremy. LSU. Clemson's gonna drag him, but okay.
You want to make a bet on that too?
Well, double or nothing.
You can't go double or nothing on what? We can't touch the beer.
The problem if I go betting in the way I've been picking this year, I may lose that bet. So I'm not doing that this year. Craig, I'm telling you.
What are we going to do? Shave the Hawaii on here and then paint this green?
No,
Austin's on the other side with UCF. I mean, how are you going to double up on that bet?
Austin's going to get the mutton chop with the red mutton chop.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, no,
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird this year for NFL, man. It's nice to see the Patriots not in it. It's nice to see new teams, but it's weird. We haven't seen it in a long time.
Not at all. I mean,
so.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that part about Coach Rolovich possibly linked it going to Washington State.
Your coach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, that's not too. Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's being all his history with Hawaii. I mean, I think he's really happy where he is right now, just from the things he said. But it's one of those things.
After what Scott Frost did, no one trusts a damn thing about coaches, especially Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell, when they played Cincinnati, I think it was, on when they came day, I love this town. This is my team. And then a couple weeks later, I'm going to FSU. Yep. No offense, they know that they're in it for the money, and the kids need to know that. So you don't need to follow coaches a lot of times. You need to figure out long term. No offense, but you have 199 players every year that get drafted. You might get picked up on practice squad, but you really need to look into your future. Do you really think you're going to make the NFL? If not, you need to fall back. So don't go after the coaches. Go after where you think you're going to get your best, schooling at.
And work
Because
hard
as
on
you
that.
see, these damn coaches are not, reliable. No
Are not
offense, but
liable.
they're not. What's the word? They're not. Oh man, I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It's like you can do
It's
it,
one
but
of
it's
those things,
a
man.
guarantee that they're going to be in that.
No.
Yeah,
So if you want an engineering degree, go to UCF. Get that engineering degree. If you go to the league, you
Aeronautics,
go
man.
to the league. I mean, hey, and UCF has one of the best engineering schools around.
So yes, I think he's going to get drafted. We talked to I was talking with Austin about this. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks. There's quite a few teams that need a good backup quarterback. I unfortunately, like this last year, he showed himself a little prone to interceptions. So I don't feel like he's going to make it any higher than third, maybe fourth round. But I see him potentially going more of the way of probably about a fourth to fifth round pick, being picked up on somebody
Hey,
that
that's
needs
fine.
yeah.
We talked about it last week. You know what I mean? You don't need to go for the Heisman. I would love to have Colt McDonald at Tampa, and Shelby's part of the UCF group. I don't know if you heard me. We're trying to get Jordan Davis on. We're having trouble, but we're trying to get Colt McDonald on too. He keeps messaging back and forth, and especially that night when I found out he was going to the draft, I'm like, bro, we need you to come on. We want to know why you made the decision to leave your junior year. So I'm still trying to get him on and talk to him too, because I would love to have him in Tampa. You said the interception issue. He's had interceptions, but dude, we're 30 for 30. When you hear when you listen, no. When you hear 30 for 30, you think of a good TV show, a good ESPN thing. 30 for 30 in Tampa means 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. That's not good in Tampa.
You actually broke a record for the most interception thrown, and I mean, hey, James, come on, James, man. I didn't think he was going to be that bad, but he's bad. He's horrible.
I think that's why he made the calls. Probably talking to people. Just you look at it right now. There's at least 6 teams that need a starter.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's
so,
a lot of teams that even they need good backups.
Yeah, so and that's it. Some backups are going to get positions. Their drafts are going to come in. People are going to get taken in. So probably who he was consulting with said, look, this is a really good year to jump in. Because you're going to have so many people that need something in that position. So, right now his draft stock, they just came off one of the best seasons Hawaii's had in a long time. So he's coming off at right now top, and so in a way it is a good, so that's
it is a good year, because look at it. Trevor Lawrence didn't say anything about it. He's going to stay for another year, so he's not going yet. Only quarterbacks that I know of that are going is Tua. I don't know why he's going, and again, he's a good quarterback, but injury, man. He may go like maybe a couple rounds back, but and the only other quarterback I think is Joe Burrows. So it is a good year to go. Where though? Where do you think he end up?
That's a hard decision. I mean,
there's a lot of places. I mean, Seattle could always pick up, one. I mean, you go down the list. I mean, most teams, could pick up a good backup. I mean, you don't have to waste a lot. Picking up a fifth or sixth round. I mean, that doesn't cost you a lot to pick up that backup.
But nobody's really a backup. I mean, I like the quarterback. I like the coaches who say no position is guaranteed to any player. You might get drafted as a backup. You might go as a backup. But if you show practice that you are the better fit, you'll play. I mean, so you could go in with a mindset of being, hey, I'm going to be a backup, or my first year I'm going to be a backup. But if you go and dominate the practice and dominate the game, you could very well find yourself in a starting position. So I mean, I don't think no position is owned by any player. I mean, yeah, if you got your Peyton Mannings and your Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, those positions are owned by them players right now. But
that was Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
he wasn't going to have that starting position, but he outplayed him in preseason, and he got the starting shot. And now look where they're at. I mean, they're having a bad run of it right now in the last few games. I mean, like I said,
Yeah, but how many times have they been in the playoffs?
I haven't even looked at the score right now because I'm kind of scared to look.
you're about to cry.
Probably, right?
There's a lot of places that he can go.
Well, he scored a touchdown, so it's 28-10. So
There you go.
But it's also almost the end of the third quarter in Lambeau Field.
That's
So
kind of ugly.
it was a good run, Seattle. Let's get them in draft day and work hard for doing it again. But that's So I don't know. I'm really it's hard because I haven't really looked into the NFL teams on who's really struggling for backup quarterbacks. And I mean, I just know, Cincinnati's going to need one. You've got
Cincinnati. Well, Joe Burrow is going there.
Jets.
Dolphins need one. Tampa Bay needs one.
The Jets, I believe, could use one.
Even Oakland might need one.
The Giants.
The Giants just drafted a dude 2 years ago, last year.
Yeah, but it was, like I said, they weren't playing all that well. Like I said, I mean, they even put Eli Manning back in. So, like I said, I mean, they could use one. Chargers are going to need one because I can't remember if Phil Rivers said he's done now or if it's next. Like I said, he's on the approaching of being done.
Pretty much.
So the Chargers are going to need one.
Tom Brady is going to LA. Vegas, right? Were they in Vegas now or LA?
Oh, you're talking for
Where
Oakland?
the Chargers at?
Oh,
no,
the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, so Brady's going to go live the LA life and go play for the Chargers for a couple of years, win a couple of Super Bowls there, and then retire.
I don't think he has a future nowhere else. I think he's done. I mean, I don't. What are you trying? You trying to make a joke of that, Austin? I mean, I don't. I mean,
yeah.
There was a thing on there. There was a meme, and I laughed at it because it's true. I will always be this way. The meme said Tom Brady may have lost, but it said he's going to his supermodel wife, his $1 billion home, $1 billion car, his family, and then it says, "Me, haha, what a loser! You lost the game." I'm always gonna say that. I'm a Brady hater. He is a GOAT. I'll say it. He's a good quarterback. 199. He was the last pick in the draft, and no one expected him to do anything. And look what he's done. I'm still gonna hate on him because that's the way I am. Because I'm a Tampa Bay fan. But
6 Super Bowl rings, drafted in the 6th round. Last round of the draft, he's picked up, and it's amazing. I mean, Belichick and him they made something of it. I don't know. Everybody's saying that. I don't see him leaving. I just see him retiring as a Patriot.
Do you think that's the last of the dynasty of a team that gets that many rings with all the new talent that, every talent changes. Nobody stays with a team too long anymore. Do you think that's the last NFL dynasty like that? I know, in NBA, nobody has them dynasties no more because players get mad, players pout, they leave. So do you think that's the last dynasty of the NFL like that?
For the foreseeable future, yes.
My thoughts.
I mean, I don't want to say, I don't want to say no. When, by the way, just for an update for everybody, touchdown.
Oh, it's gonna be a Kansas City comeback. Are they gonna run the fireworks too?
28-17. So, like I said, I'm not. I'll keep saying this like it was a good run. Maybe that's going to be good luck. Maybe that'll give them encouragement to fight back. But yeah, I don't see any team. I mean, I was talking about the same thing. Like Brady right now, every down that he plays, I think he's making some of these marks untouchable.
Oh yeah, for sure. We talked about it before.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stats that he has, just even just playoff stats. I don't know what it's going to take for somebody to ever beat that.
You're right.
He's been in the playoffs almost his entire career. And I mean, you start looking at some of the numbers, and it's just when you've at least played, in the playoffs at some point, almost I think it's his entire career. I mean, you're talking passing yards, touchdowns, wins. I go, when are we ever going to see a quarterback achieve that again?
You're right.
I don't know. I know there's no such thing as an unbreakable stat because somebody could, but there's some things like these things. I'm looking at it. I'm going. I don't know if we'll ever see somebody even achieve this again.
I mean, the stats get harder to break when the talent gets better. I mean, it's all across the board there. You know, you got faster linemen running for the sack. You got faster everything. So I mean, the game has changed. So in order to try to break an old record, I mean, you have to have a pretty much, I think, a stacked all around team that can just break whole. That's just my theory on that. So some records are meant to be broken, but it'll be a while before they get broken.
Yeah, I was just coming, looking at. I was trying to bring up some of the stats real quick, to find those for the postseason, and it's one like with a postseason record. He's 30-1 or 30-11 in the
Jesus
playoffs.
Christ.
30 wins,
God,
11 losses in the playoffs. That's
I love it.
41 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
He's all time in playoff wins and appearances as just not even quarterback, an NFL player. And they also went to the AFC Championship 8 years in a row.
I mean, I foresee the 8 years in a row going to an AFC championship. I can see that happening again, maybe soon. But I mean, as far as a lot of his other stats, it's just hard. I mean, you follow where I'm coming from with the different changes of talents and
Oh yeah,
how everybody.
I don't want to bore everybody with just focus on Tom Brady, but it's just yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I see. Sorry, my phone's glitchy. I see multiple records being broken. I don't see them all being broken by the same person.
Good job. You
That's
called
what I
it. You
see.
called it.
They'll be broken, but it's not gonna be the same person. I don't see anybody in this generation. I don't know how to say this. Joe Burrow may do it, but in the quarterbacks nowadays, I don't see anybody getting 6 Super Bowls by the time they retire, by one person. Nobody's even close. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has one. Seattle has one. Russell has one. That's it. Drew Brees has one or two.
One.
He's got one, and he's got five. No, he doesn't have. The
Yeah.
only way he does that, he wins 5 Super Bowls in a row. I don't see anybody in this quarterback era doing that. What Brady's done.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, let's say change the rules, So it's just
But the loyalty's not there no more. I mean, I don't
It's
think
true.
quarterback can consistently play for a team that long to break them records. I mean, it's just
Now that makes good sense. A good point too is it. Everyone's after the money. Is it
solid.
because he's married? He's married to a supermodel wife, or what? Because he every year is taking a pay cut to get the best players. How come no other player has done that?
It's all about loyalty and the
Is he
drive.
getting money on the side or something?
I mean,
Because
his name, his endorsements. I mean, he could take a pay cut if he hey, look, Nike, or hey, look, Adidas, hey, look, somebody, hey, look. I mean, you can pay me a little bit more here. I'll take a pay cut and take us back to the Super Bowl. Hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
that's the thing though is I don't follow the post game interviews. I don't follow the videos, but I don't see him in State Farm commercials. I don't see him in insurance commercial. I don't see him doing I don't see him doing anything. And where are all these endorsements? Unless they're just paying him just to pay him.
I mean,
Like you see endorsements, you see them on TV.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's doing a lot of show up appearances
Oh
at
yeah,
people's
maybe.
things. It doesn't have to necessarily be a TV deal. Hey, look, come to my Christmas party, I give you $1 million. Hey, well, I'm there. It's
So he probably takes a napkin, spits in it, and then signs it and gives it to a New England fan.
I mean, there's a lot
I'm
of
done
stuff
with
behind
this.
the scenes.
Here,
yeah.
So hey, it is what it is. I mean, but
I mean, good for him. I hate the Patriots. Maybe it's because they win so much. Same with Bama. I hate
But
Bama. Sorry, Jeremy,
let's
if
be
you're still
honest.
here. But
I've heard a lot of people. I don't know if you guys ever listened to a guy called Clay Travis on his show. Anyway, his thing, and it's Colin Cowherd. I've heard him say it before too. There's a lot of guys that talk about it, and they say everybody hates they want to hate on this stuff, but at the same time, without this kind of success, you wouldn't have the popularity.
You're right.
It's just, I mean,
I'm sorry, you broke up for a second. Say it again. What did you say?
Everybody hates these dynasties, but that's what drives ratings. Golden State.
Okay, sorry, gotcha. Okay.
Patriots in the Super Bowl all the time. Everybody's
Cowboys.
like, I can't stand it, but
The Cowboys.
everybody watches. It's just, I mean, right now in the NFL world, probably the perfect scenario for them would be New England, Dallas, Super Bowl. Back, keep going. Because all of us would hate it, but all of us would watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the Patriots, and I was rooting for Brady the last time because I wanted to, in my lifetime, to see somebody get the other ring on there. I mean, just to say I'm there when I watch the guy put on this god awful, amount of hardware on his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we talked about the quarterbacks. We completely blew over. We talked to somebody a while back. His theory was when the Cowboys let go of Jason Garrett was going to be O'Reilly from Oklahoma is going to bring Jalen Hurts with him to Dallas. Now that they hired McCarthy, is O'Reilly leaving Oklahoma? And where is Jalen Hurts going to go? We completely forgot about him. He's going to be drafting this year.
that's where the quarterbacks come in. You got Burrow, you got Jalen Hurts, Tua from Alabama. You've got a lot of names coming in. Tua for me, I don't think he's going to go as high just because of the injuries. I think there's going to be real apprehension of bringing him in first round. He might go second round, late second round. I mean, that hip injury, that has to be a question on everybody's mind because he's not going to be able to go to the combine. He's not going to perform. He may be able to, he might surprise me and show up and be able to do some of the things, but he's not going to be running the 440 times.
So,
combine. That would be amazing if he could do that after that hip injury.
So it was a hip injury. So I should have followed it more, especially the podcast.
He fractured the bone.
Okay. So it's not as bad as sad to say it. It's not as bad as McKenzie. So there's a chance for him to actually walk.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's healing, and like I said, but it's one of those things. I don't think he's going to go first round. He's a talent.
No.
So, but I think it was the same thing. There's teams that need quarterbacks. Go do this because if you get hurt again in college,
you're done. So I think
you're going to be doing the walk-on thing, hoping that you get, you light, strike fire.
So that goes back to what we were just talking about, loyalty. He doesn't want to take a chance to play for college no more because he knows his number is going to be called to get out there on the field. So he might as well go as low as he can in the draft or go in the draft and get a little check and say, I played in the NFL versus.
That's the same thing. You have a good point. We should have. This is before we started the podcast when Nick Bosa with the 49ers, he foregone his senior year because he got hurt and he wanted to let go of his senior year to go train for the NFL draft. Everyone ripped him a new a-hole because why are you quitting on your team? It's not fair. In reality, if he gets hurt again, he's done. Mm-hmm. Look where he's at now. He's on the road to the NFC Championship, possible Super Bowl. And making millions of dollars. If he would have played, he may have got hurt again. So, and that the good point, what I heard from somebody saying, the university is not giving you a damn thing but a scholarship to play for them. All you're getting is a piece of paper with a degree. They're not going to help you after you leave there. If you get hurt and stuff like that, just go. They're giving you a scholarship. They're giving you free school. Good, but. Yep. They're not giving you millions of dollars in a career like that,
You're right, but the only person that controls your destiny is you. So if there's no agent that can tell you, hey, you should go to the league. You should already have that in your mind because if you get hurt in college, you might as well go ahead and find your job with your degree because you're not going to play.
That's why I don't feel bad. It sucks. We lost Gabriel Davis. He's not coming back for his senior year. Huge hit on our team for this season, but. Go ahead, man. You have the skills. You, knock on wood, didn't get hurt all year long. Go make some money, man. You deserve it. I tell it to every player. I obviously don't tell them, but I want every player to realize that. don't ever think that you're bound to this team. Go out there. If you think you can make it, go right ahead. But
I
don't
just
push yourself.
I disagree with that to a certain extent. I mean, if I believe you should play all your regular scheduled games and
Well, yeah,
have to play a bowl game because just sitting out for the bowl game is BS. Well, oh
that
yeah,
that
so
too.
if we lose a bowl game because our starter can't play because he's going to the draft, then that's BS. Like you
That's a
shouldn't
different
want your
story.
team to lose just because you're afraid you might get hurt. I mean, that's
It would
plain
Well,
have,
hey,
it would have to be across the board to where the coaches are held to the same standard. They can't
that's the
leave
same thing
until
though.
after the bowl game.
You're right.
It's gonna be you put that towards the NFL the same way. They
Mhm.
just put a stat last night for the Ravens. It showed every team that has sat their starting quarterback in week 17 has lost because they're trying to save him. You're paying him millions of dollars. He needs to be out there and playing. He gets
Yeah.
hurt, shit happens.
Yeah,
That's part of the
It
game.
was kind of like that for the NBA. That was a frustration thing. Like, kind of get off football for just a second. Like the NBA, you pay all this money to go watch the game. So we're here in the Central Florida area. So we go to the Magic. Well, so you're going to watch. So say right now the Lakers are getting ready to go into the playoffs. So they sit LeBron. I go, as a
That's
fan,
not cool.
you should be pissed off at the NBA because I paid money to see
the
LeBron,
starter come out there and give a show.
see these
Yeah.
guys play, and now I'm watching the number 9 guy on the team playing in his place, and I'm like, why did I pay money? I wanted to see LeBron play in front of me, not
Yeah.
this guy.
But you know how they get around
Exactly.
it? College don't do that. But you know how they get around that? They always say, "Oh well, he's hurt." You can't, due
Yeah,
to
well,
HIPAA and medical laws, you can't say, "Well, I need to see his doctor's note saying he's hurt." I mean, but you just got players in college just blatantly saying, "I'm not playing in the bowl game. I'm not playing in the playoffs because I might get hurt and I'm going to the league." I mean, the NFL shouldn't be. I don't know if the NFL tells them, advise them, hey, look, well, if you get hurt, you might not go in the draft. We might not pick you. So, I mean,
no,
I
they
don't know
can't do that.
Oh,
I
they
mean, I
do.
don't
I mean,
know
the
who.
injury reports come out and they say, he's got, quad strain.
Alex.
Nah, So here's what I need you to do. When you come out the tunnel, I need you to put a little limp on there. Make sure the handler
Yeah.
tells them it's your right leg. It's your right leg. Quit. No, don't limp with the left one. It's your right leg. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's just my
So
biggest thing.
speaking of that, do you think that's happened more and more in the past couple of years?
It
Because
has.
as UCF fans, we're gonna go back to that Pittsburgh game. I understand. It's Pittsburgh, you're used to the cold, you come to Central Florida, it's 80, 90, 100 degrees, you're gonna cramp up. But it was only cramping up when we had big plays. And it seems like that was with every team, and it wasn't just Florida. It was like every team. There's a big play, oh my knee, and it's like, oh, they're fine.
No,
You know what I
that's a,
mean? There's a difference.
that's a
So
known. That's a known BS thing in college because Oregon did that against Florida State when they beat us. Every play an Oregon player went down. They stopped the momentum.
yeah,
Some teams can't play without that momentum. If I get that momentum and I build it and I build it and I keep working on it, you only have so many timeouts. But you have a million injury timeouts. Man, I'm gassed. Let me fall over. Boom, injury
pretty
timeout.
much. That's what it
Boom.
was.
I
Yep.
mean,
It was
no, that's
bullshit, man.
BS. That's BS. You can't tell a
That's
player.
why I'm gonna show that video again of UCF guy or the Pittsburgh guy looking the sideline like fall. Oh yeah, and he falls over. It's like, bro, that was so
that's
obvious. Like,
that's probably in some of the plays. He's probably like,
Hey, you don't know when you don't know when a cramp suddenly shows up. He cramped up.
no, okay, yeah.
oh
And
yeah,
then
you're
he
Tommy
suddenly,
Horse, like you're
and
like,
then yeah. I don't know about you guys, but when I
The
get a
guy's over there
cramp,
going,
I have to wait.
"Oh, that's right, cramp." And he falls.
I don't know about you, but when I cramp up, I gotta wait a couple plays, not back in the next play. Oh, I'm good. I'm ready to go. No, it's not
Well,
happening. Man.
so. Chris doesn't watch. That's like the Premier League. That's one of the things my wife always
Bro.
busts off. It's like you'll see the guy on the ground. He's holding his knee. He's rolling around like, oh my god! And the training staff comes out there, and he's immediately back, running down the pitch to try to score that goal. You're like, dude, you were just acting like they're going to have to cut that leg off.
So that's what really hurt me from. That's what really hurt me. I'm watching soccer more because it's more enjoyable, but watching that crap with the Neymar BS, with this, right, with just the falling down. But then you watch women's soccer, they're punching each other, they're pulling ponytails, and nothing's getting called. You look at Neymar wrong. Neymar falls down and holds his knee like he just lost it, like
Yep.
he got
I mean,
amputated.
if you
Throw
not
it
Man,
know,
it's really hard.
nobody cares about the women's soccer league because they're protesting to get as much money as the men, which I believe they
They
should be
deserve
paid.
it,
I believe they
bro.
should be paid.
We
But
didn't make the World Cup last year. The Women's World Cup has won 2 straight. We
They
didn't
that's
make
what
the
deserve
I'm
it.
World Cup last year.
that's
Nobody's
what I'm
watching.
saying. They should be paid like the
I'm
men.
watching it. I was on
But
vacation watching it.
yeah, but see, the refs don't care. The refs don't put as much into it. Put
I
on
was walking
ponytail.
my
Knock
happy
her
ass
over.
downstairs to the beach in the bar, and I was watching that damn soccer match.
Without erupting, sexism, war here. It's one of those things too. It's like, because it's always been that discussion. It's like, yeah, they should pay. And it's like, well, here's the thing: the pay scale comes from ad revenue, from ticket sale. You have all these things. One, I mean, if you ever watch the difference between a WNBA and an NBA game, the WNBA is not sold out.
No.
And that's the thing. Nobody's watching on TV. Like I said, is all this up. So there's less revenue coming in, so they can't pay the star in the WNBA what they're paying LeBron. It's just physically, cash wise, there isn't the money there.
They need to promote more, and
Nobody
I don't even
watches.
know the games are on.
Nobody watches. That's the thing.
But
Even when the games
dude,
even when they promote it. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it a lot of times. Like this coming up, the
the
Liberty versus
UConn women's.
I'm like, I don't watch it. I don't know
The
why.
UConn women's the women's basketball just had their 98 home win streak snapped. Women's college. No one knew about it. I knew a little bit of it because they did so great, but it's like there's no promotion at all when it
But
comes
maybe
to
when you follow
that.
it, it's and that's it's just it's just one of those things. It's like you'd like to see him pay that. It's just but until the fan base gets built up, there's physically. I mean, that's the fastest way to shut the league down is if you start overpaying for something when you don't have the revenue coming in because there's not like somebody loaning this money to the league.
But I mean, what is
So
it? I mean, if you love sports so much, you passionately love any sport. Like, what's the difference between women's NBA and men's NBA? I mean, I don't understand the
But
difference. Get a player.
when I was in college, the joke always was if you want to watch a game with nothing but layups, go watch the women's team.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's how it was for a while. But then all of a sudden, the talent started getting in there. I mean, I remember when the first it's terrible. I can't remember her name, but I remember when she dunked the ball for the first time. That was huge in a women's basketball game. The first slam dunk. Because that was something that never occurred. It was always just like I said, as soccer is expanding, it's going to come. It's just like anything. As more people watch, the revenue will follow. It's just right now, as a thing, it's like, I get it. We want to be paid the same as these guys. But until the viewership's there, it can't happen. I mean, the teams will go under.
you're right. I mean, you can't pay it. You got nowhere to pull it from.
hey,
You can't pay it.
this episode turned into I don't know how we're gonna do this like men's women's thing. I don't know why I didn't play it when I was younger. I played in high school lacrosse. The men's have the advantage, man. We get these thin pads, chest pads, and elbow pads, and you get a 6-foot titanium rod, and you legally can beat somebody with it, right? It is so much fun. The women, I guarantee you, they have more testosterone because they can't do that. They get nothing but eyeglasses and have this anger built up, and they can't hit the other woman. You give them women pads, oh, game over, dude. That's gonna be so much fun to watch.
Oh
But
man,
it's if you watch women's lacrosse over men's, it's obviously violent with the men's. They're hitting a lot, but there's more aggression in women's because they have the anger, but they can't do anything with it. And there's a lot of like pushing and shoving. It's so much more fun to watch than men's.
But
The men's have a lot of hitting.
I think if like I said, if more people start watching, more people start consuming, advertisers will get there. I mean, the pay will get up there, but until then, there's no way to arbitrarily just write a bigger check. And that, I mean, so it'll eventually get there. And like I said, from the time I watched college to now, the product is completely different. It's a much better game. It's a much better entertainment value.
Yeah.
You know,
You think so?
same with soccer. It's so much better.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's, but you know, speaking of an amazing game, Kelly Bratz, top of his game, top of the game. Stuff's amazing.
Oh, he's everywhere, man. It's awesome. We were talking to, who we're trying to interview later. We were like, hey, man, try out our sponsor. He's like, I already use him. Oh, awesome. Take the discount code.
Radio
Everywhere. It's awesome to
personality
see
from
that he's everywhere,
Central
man.
Florida. Yeah, talking about our sponsor, going, oh yeah, I bought him stuff there at the farmers market. You're like,
Yeah.
see?
I met a random dude at the UCF game. He's my bartender. He's like, I use him all the time. He's awesome. It's just random people. It's nice to see that he's everywhere. People use him.
Amazing,
I
amazing
love
beard.
it. I'm
Beard
running
oil.
low on oil.
Soap is really good. Doesn't strip your beard. Just gets it ready for put that oil on there. Use our code 3 capital B in beards. So 3 beards with a capital B, and you get 20% off.
And oh my G, am I still zooming from Nanny Cakes? Oh
Yes.
my God, my stomach is still zooming from Nanny Cakes.
Son has birthday party. We all got to try a birthday cake.
Marble with vanilla
I'll be posting that
and
soon.
chocolate cinnamon.
Let's just say, as a diabetic, not a great choice.
No,
Great choice to have a corner
it's
piece. Not a great choice.
Yeah, especially what I was serving. That's my fault.
Oh my God.
I was serving some big pieces.
No, I know you basically got it. No, I didn't want the whole cake. No,
I almost did drop the cake though. You should have seen. I
thought you were
that's probably
joking.
been the
You
end
were
of
like,
Nanny Cakes. No, I was holding it, but it just folded in, and oh my God, my mom looked at me like I am going to kill you. Even though the party was over, she's like, "You dropped that cake, I'm gonna kill you." Oh man, no, but she's back in. As you see, she's walking again. She has her crutch, but she's back in, all ready to go, making cakes. The phone number is 407-923-2898. Facebook, Nanny Cakes, Nancy Burke, and Instagram, nancy.b.burke. She's going on a cruise in February, not exactly sure, but hit her up, ask her when she's available, and pretty much every weekend she'll make a cake for you no matter what it is. So,
yep, she'll be making one for my son's birthday coming up middle of February. So, yeah.
And I talked to her. I know Debbie asked before she makes vegan cakes. She doesn't, but she's open to make it. So if you have a recipe or she can try to find one, she's open to do it. She's open for everything. So just call her up and ask her, and always do the tell her you heard her name on our podcast, and she'll give you 15% off. So always remember that.
Go to BratzBeardCare.com, visit Kelly, and always we got a whole list of things. YouTube, go check us out on YouTube. Follow us there.
Siri for all us Apple users.
Yeah, all the podcast forums except for iTunes currently. Or no, iTunes is there. It's iHeartRadio.
Get it right.
Like us, Twitter, Instagram. You already know about us on Facebook, but please like and share us so your friends can find us.
Get our merch.
Yep. And so
we got merch.
We're trying to get some new stuff, up there eventually here. We're trying lots of stuff going, but the more you guys share us, the more we'll grow, the more we can get our name out and start bringing in some great interviews for you guys to listen.
We got a lot lined up, so hopefully we can get a lot more.
So hopefully next Sunday we'll be able to line up Jordan Davis, because that's really, incoming.
Yeah, he's really sorry. He kept saying he's very sorry. Hey, here we go. Hey, I said, hey, we are having problems with our iPhones. He's like, oh, I'm on an iPhone. I was like, great. Another shot iPhone. So it's probably iOS, and we'll figure it out. But we'll definitely try to get him on soon. If I have to, I told him, I said, if I have to drive down to UCF, I will gladly meet you and record the interview. Because we're going to get you on one way or another, man.
Yeah, yes. I can't thank you everybody enough for watching. Really appreciate it. As always, really thanks for supporting us jokers and keeping us rolling. It's a fun conversation.
It's fun doing it, so.
Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, we'll have guy on. Hopefully, we got a couple of interviews lined up for Wednesday there. So we're trying. So, gentlemen, until Wednesday.
Good night.
Charge on.